Alright, we're checking out an LED tester today. If you want to find out more about it, stick around. Alright, so today we have a LED tester. LED TV backlight detection instrument, blah 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 blah. Well, let's find out if there's more to it. Instructions are in there, but they're useless. It says it has overcurrent and over voltage protection. So let's check some stuff out. I've got come with a set of leads, and these feel like PVC, nothing special, very cheap, but I think they're quite serviceable for power injection leads. I don't think it's dangerous, let's put it that way. And obviously, as you see it marked, black is negative, red is positive. So let's start off with this. So I'm going to kind of set this to the side, and we'll turn it on. See, yeah, you can still see it. That's showing 3.6 volts. This is some old Radio Shack leads that I've got. 10mm white, high brightness, 3.5 volt, 12 volt LED. It's got on there. Let's guess the yellow is negative, and we're good. 21.9 volts. Now, one thing the instructions did say is to not have this going for an extended period of time. So it wants you to shut it down after, just to basically test it and get off of it. So again, we're settled out, and this is the amperage in power factor pulling from the wall. This is pulling from the wall. It's lit up, 21.7 volts. So here we got just a regular LED. Yeah, you can't hardly see it. It's 3 volts and it's barely lighting up, but it is lighting up. There, I did it again. Let me spread these apart. I'm an old blind man. And there you can see it's barely lighting up. 3 volt. So these are showing as 3 volt. Let's check out these little itty bitties here. Yeah, I think you can see it light up a little better. Yeah, you can see it showing up. And 3 volts again. So we're getting pretty much the same thing on these. And these are just some old leads that I pulled out of some device. I can't even tell which one of these is which. I can't see inside that LED to see how the anode and cathode is in there. And I think that's it right there. Got it. 3 volts. Now this is a little strange, but the instruction said something about capacitors. You can also check diodes, which I didn't grab any diodes, but you would take and put the negative on the positive side of the diode and the positive on the negative side of the diode, because of course you're going to be pushing voltage through the diode, and it'll only go one way. So you can check this to check your diodes. I didn't grab any because that's not the intent. I mean, if you buy this, you're not buying it to check diodes and capacitors. You're buying it to check LEDs. But it just happens that it will check diodes and capacitors. This isn't something that I would ever grab to go checking diodes or anything, but especially for something like this right here, the instructions actually talk about this being for checking backlighting on televisions, and that's what this is. This is an LED strip out of a LCD television that I took apart. So we're going to jump in here. We got negative, positive, 21.7 volts. We're showing 0.032 amps out of the wall and 0.50 power factor. And so, I mean, it does what it says it does. I mean, it says it checks LEDs and it checks backlighting on televisions, and it does that. And you don't have to worry about trying to get the proper voltage. You see it lights up red LEDs, it lights up white LEDs, and I'm pretty sure any two leg, whatever you want to call it, two lead LEDs, it would have no problems getting in there, because the voltage range is up there. I don't have anything. That TV backlight LED strip is the biggest thing that I've got. I've got 4 of them. I could probably put them in series maybe and see what the output of this right here would be, but we know 21.7 volts is what it takes to, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it takes 21.7 volts to get 8 of these lit up. So it said something about capacitors. So I'm gonna, and it says to match the capacitors plus and minus, and it's talking about electrolytic capacitors, which I realize will charge this thing. But we'll see what's what. This is a 4.3 microfarad 100 volt capacitor. So let's just see what happens here. 175 volts, 170 volts, and it's pulling 0.092 amps, 0.61 power factor out of the wall. Here is, what is this? This is a 10 microfarad 100 volt capacitor. And the same thing, 166, and the same reading that this is drawing out the wall. So really, that's about it. I mean, I think this is a pretty cool deal. The instructions did give a couple of pointers. Digital display 0. I guess when you're connected to something, it means a short circuit. So when this sees a short circuit, or something that's probably pulling above 300 volts, this shows 0, so the output goes to 0. Digital display 300 volts, that means open circuit. So of course it's open, you see that now, so it's displaying 300 max voltage because it's open. When testing 2 electronic components that are not electrically connected, the display between 0 and 300 volts indicate leakage. Testing regular diode, the tester's positive pole is connected to the negative pole on the diode. The tester's negative pole is connected to the positive pole on the diode. The value displayed by the digital tube is the withstand voltage value of the diode. Testing electrolytic capacitors, the tester's positive pole is connected to the positive of the capacitor. The tester's negative pole is connected to the negative pole of the capacitor. After the value displayed by the digital tube rises to a stable level, that is the withstand voltage value of the electrolytic capacitor. It does what it's supposed to do. I feel that it's, I don't remember what it cost, but I feel like it's worth getting, or especially if you're working on televisions and you need to test the backlights on televisions. I appreciate you spending your precious time here with me, because your time is as important to me as my time is. I would like to ask that you would comment, and subscribe. if this is content that you like. And I would like to ask you again that you would subscribe, because even if this is not content you like, eventually you're going to find some stuff on here that you do, because I'm going over all kind of stuff. So, and it's not just electronics and reviews and mailbags and stuff like that. So anyway, I appreciate you. I thank you, and I hope to see you again. Thanks, and God bless.